So I'm doing a short a video share about name of the Messiah, the original Messiah. I will entitle this "The Lost Name of the Messiah," the original Messiah from the original God. In this name there are 12 symbols. That's a lot. It seems like a lot for a name, but it's a complete name, and I will, as quick as I can, explain to you what it means. I might give a short, brief explanation at the end of it after I show the symbols to you. Now, right here we have modern Hebrew in its earliest form. In other words, this is before they started to add the new consonants and the dots and the sounds that never existed before. At the beginning of the creation of this language. This modern Hebraic script is not the first one, but this is one where people can understand better what's being talked about here. So this is the name of the Messiah. What was the name of the Messiah sent forth from the original God of the nomadic Abraham and Moses, and of the Hebrews, the original Hebrews? And you know, what was the name of this God? Earlier I told you Al is the name of the God. In English they have translated his pronunciation and spelling into El, which they say El. There's one El, there's one Al, one God, who has no equal, not in creation, no will ever there be an equal to this God. When Moses asked the more personal name of God, God then stated another name that also, just like in our language, we have a word called ALL. What does that mean? It means all. When it's applied to God, it represents omnipresence, an omnipresent spirit being that's all. And through the omnipresence, God is within and around everything, and nothing is hidden from God. All. So all, the letter A pronounced all, and the L after that, La. La means an action word that brings God into mighty force, action. Like get up and do something, arise to become powerful, become mighty, exert your might, exercise. So when you pronounce Allah, it is a Hebrew pronunciation as well as an Arabic pronunciation, because both Ishmael and Isaac came from the same father, worshiped the same God, one God, not a different God, not a moon god, not a sun god, not a Greek god, but they worshipped a universal creator that created all gods. All angels who call themselves gods are sons of gods. So now with this title, in John chapter 1 verse 1, it says, in the beginning the Word was with God. In the beginning there was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now before the Messiah was incarnated as a man, before he became that spirit that he was before, indwelling the body that he lived in as a human, this spirit was known as that Word in the likeness of God, in the likeness of the omnipresent deity of creation. And so his name would have been ZZVALSVYH, and that is the name of the only being who's greater than Michael the archangel, all the 4 archangels combined, because as a spirit, as a creation from God, he was the first. And I'm saying the spirits are not male or female, but they are like energy, force, immaterial power. In the likeness of God, these spirits were images of a spirit, part of God in that way. And so in this exact translation about Messiah's name, I'll show you. It is from right to left that you will be viewing this. I will pronounce it the way that the scholars pronounce it, as far as the two different ways that you would pronounce a V. Some scholars pronounce this symbol right here for the V as Valv. Other ones pronounce it as Wa, and still there'll be a million different pronouncings if you ask different scholars, because there's a lot of confusion about this. But I'll tell you, the way that this is written, the way that this is pronounced, is the beginning of this language before the scribes added dots to it and changed the syllables of it. Now, there's a language before this one, and I will put that up on here later, but for now I'll pronounce the name for you. This name, from right to left, means I, not myself, but if I'm describing the Messiah. And let me be clear, I myself am not the Messiah. I'm just a person with a gift for petroglyphs. I have a lot of problems communicating with actual people. That's the reason I'm talking into a computer screen instead of a crowd, because I'm not able to do that. So what I'll show you here and pronounce for you here is a gift to you if you can accept it. This is the name of the Messiah, and I will tell you what it means before I pronounce it. The Messiah's name means I, talking about the Messiah, I, as in, we'll see, I in the likeness of the living, that word, in the likeness of God, who is active and taking force, arising, holy fire, in the likeness of the omnipresent Creator, who is the deity, the revealer of all creation. Now, or a more personal name, YH, means I am. If God says it, then that means the omnipresent God is saying it. When I'm just telling it to you, I'm repeating what God is. So accept what I tell you, even though I'm not perfect, that is who God is. Now, when I pronounce this, it is pronounced as follows. I'll pronounce the first pronunciation with the V pronunciation for the V, the likeness symbol. I, in the likeness of the living, that word, as God, who is active and arising, holy fire, in the likeness, I am. That is the name of the Messiah. This is the 12 holy symbols that tell who Messiah was on this earth when he was here. Now, I'll go to it again. This is the pronunciation of it in the beginning of the Hebrew pronunciation, the simplest part of the language as it was at first. YVCZZVALSVYH. Okay? Now, if you want to have the pronunciation that is with the W, the people that know to pronounce this V as a Wa, okay then, like they say Yeshua. Okay? Well, YVCZZVALSVYH Allah Shawayaha. You see? And so that is the pronunciation, and I'll go through them slow. Y is pronounced Ya. V is pronounced Va or Wa. C is pronounced Cha. Z is pronounced Za. Another Za. Zaza. V is pronounced Va or Wa. A is pronounced Al. Means God. Mighty One. The only one, mighty one, the mightiest one. La, the L is pronounced La, the S is pronounced Sha, the V is pronounced again Wa or Va, and the Y is pronounced Ya. Again, the H is pronounced Ha. It's the simple language of what Messiah was. This is what Messiah and who Messiah was, right here. So, in this sense that you have the Messiah's name, The Messiah itself, the title, is another name for the Word of God, the living Word of God, you know, and the Messiah is another title. Another title is a word that is pronounced as God with us, and I will make that for another video, because I needed to cut this one to under 11 minutes. So this is the revealing of the ancient name of the original Messiah, sent from the original God. And he, you know, here it is.